Welcome back to the Delaware Way. You want to learn about the history of science and technology? I have the place for you, and Joan Hodge-North is going to tell us about it. She's from the Hagley Museum and Library in Wilmington. First, talk about the museum a little bit, and then we'll get into the exhibitions you have going on.
Sure. Hagley is a real fixture in this community. It has been a part of Wilmington since 1802, and it's the first place that the DuPont family landed in America. It's their first home, but more importantly, it's their first business. They started out in the explosives business.
I thought it was interesting that our producer Joan Dell said to you a moment ago, is this one of the DuPont places? And you said indignantly, it is the DuPont place.
Absolutely.
So the place itself has a unique history,
yes.
But you've made it into something else.
We have. It is, it's 235 acres on the Brandywine River that are covered with the industrial ruins of the original business, making black powder. But what we do there today is we use that as a launch pad to teach and talk about the history of innovation, the process of invention, the evolution of technology over time, with a particular emphasis on mechanical engineering and how things work.
And you have an invention convention going on right now. What is that?
We do. It's one of our favorite events. It is exactly that, invention convention, and this year's theme is robotics, so we've got some very special extra things going on. But it's a great event for kids. It's 3 days. It was yesterday, today, or Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, so it's a perfect thing to do Martin Luther King Day when you've got to get your kids out of the house. And it is an opportunity for young people to tear things apart and see how they work, to build things back together and patent their own inventions. We have science fair type activities, we have robotics shows, and it's really an opportunity for creative exploration and learning.
You also have an exhibit going on right now.
We do.
That reminds me of Mad Men.
Good thinking.
Yeah,
good thinking.
You can use that. Go ahead.
You were right on it. So Hagley is a museum and a library, and so a lot of times people say, well, you know, why is Hagley Museum, the DuPont Industrial History Site, doing an exhibition about car advertising, which is what Driving Desire is, automobile advertising and the American dream. Our library collection has the papers of over 1,000 American businesses in addition to DuPont in their collections, and we draw on those to do all sorts of programming and exhibits. This one draws from a new collection that is the Z. Taylor Vincent collection that has over 60,000 pieces of automobile advertising from the beginning of cars almost up to the present. And so this show looks at the role of the car in our lives, the role that's played in our own identities, and how the advertising world has convinced us to buy things and ask the question, did you buy the car you needed or you sold the car you wanted? So admission is free for members. It is $14 for adults, and then it goes down from there. Kids under 5 are free, between 5 and 15, I believe it's $10. We are free for currently serving military and their families, and then we have discounts for seniors as well.
And you're in Greenville? Where?
We are in Greenville. We're off of Old Barley Mill Road. We're right on the Brandywine River. If you cross the Tyler McConnell and look down, that's where you'll find us.
And the invention convention is going on right now. That does sound like a blast. It's a good way if somebody hasn't been introduced to your museum to get a feel for it, especially if they have kids.
Absolutely. And in January, when you don't really want to be outside, this is an indoor way to have an experience at Hagley.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being
here. Thanks for
having
me, Larry.
I really appreciate it. Joan Hodge-North from the Hagley Museum and Library in the Greenville section of Wilmington. Remember, the invention convention going on right now, it would be a blast for kids, so you should try and check it out. That wraps it up for the Delaware Way this week. I'm Larry Menti. Stick around for another thing.